How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be playing some Minecraft. Specifically, we're going to play on the Opticraft server. Now, it is a 1.5.2 server. You can also see my server there, which is, just a little play-around server that I use. It is accessible from the outside world, though, as well. Just go to smp.vipercraft.com, and that's where the server is. But anyway, or ViperZeroOne, I should say, .com. And that's where the server is. But today I'm going to play on Opticraft, which is a server that I've been frequenting for, I'd say, over a year now. I did take a hiatus, but for the most part, I've been here for a year. So I'm going to start with my home. This is where you go when you hit my /home, and it's a place I've come to call the Dark Isles. And that, of course, is in reference to the DJing I do on the Dark Radio. So, welcome to the Dark Isles. All griefing will be reported to staff. Yeah, okay. Taking items from farms is grief. Yeah, I think I solved that issue now, though. I might want to change that sign. Killing animals and villagers is grief. Of course it is, because it takes frickin' forever to get villagers and keep them. So you'll see right here I'm building what I call the World Sword. This is actually a design that my brother originally came up with on one of my servers, and then I've modified the design and built it here. And you can see it's built pretty much completely out of iron blocks. I got gold blocks. I have yellow wool where gold blocks need to go. This is pretty much all by donations and by my own construction as well, or my own mining. So I've got donators, you guys kick ass. I got Boshi Warrior, who donated iron, gold, and obsidian, and 8 Matthews, who donated iron and gold. And if I spin around here, Cerebus, who donated 64 iron blocks. Those are iron blocks, which is absolutely awesome. Trodden Ostrich, which we just call him Trodden, the god of gold and iron, he donated quite a bit as well. And Naley donated some iron blocks as well. So those are the donators for the sword so far. Thank you guys so much for your assistance. It is still under construction. As you can see, the scaffolding is still up, and if I look at the back here, there's a lot of white wool that needs replaced by iron, and a lot of gold needs placed on the back here, but it's coming along. And then this was my first build on the island right here. This is Club Dark, once again in reference to the Dark Radio, of course. Welcome to Club Dark. I put a button here for my access, but when I have the club open to the public, I put panels on the floor so they can just step on them. And open, says I. Doesn't want to open. Alright. Because the button's broken. Alright. Oh, we have a lag spike. Rather big lag spike. Wow. Look at that. Everybody's getting kicked. That's a hell of a lag spike. Look at that. Hopefully the server's not going down. But it is lag spiked right now, so there's not a hell of a lot I can do. Oh, there we go. It's down. Well, that actually doesn't happen too often. But yeah. Well, since it's down, and since we're still recording here, I'll take you into my server just to have a peek around. And it's telling me the Craft Bucket server is old. Yeah, I already know that. So this is our creative world. We have multiple worlds on this server. We have a creative world where people can just come in and build with unlimited blocks. You can see I have the portal to the main world marked. So my brother did the TARDIS. As well, he did Optimus Prime over here, and he was working on, I believe that's Soundwave or Shockwave, I could be wrong. It's the one with the cassette tapes. I can never remember their names. I started work on Slave 1. That's my preliminary work, which I always build stuff first in stone, and then I replace the exterior parts with the right colors or the right textures. I did the same thing with the statues. I built them. Well, the statues I framed with stone, and then I filled them in. So this is my early statue design. If I can get back onto Opticraft, I'll show you my newest statue design, which I think is a lot better. This is a little redstone practice area that I believe was made by Pop-Tart, Afro Pop-Tart, which is one of the individuals from the Dark Radio. Can I check it? Oh, my log block's not working. Awesome! So let's head back to the actual world. Actually, I'll show you the spawn first. So when you first enter ViperZeroOne, which is the server name, when you first enter ViperZeroOne, you're greeted by this glass domed building, okay? And there's a series of welcomes. The rules are listed, pretty much the same rules as every other server. You know, no hate symbols, no swearing. You know, you can't player kill unless it's in a designated area, which we do have arenas, so that's where you are allowed to player kill. Can't grief, which is, you know, modifying another player's work. So there's basically, they're all rules that other servers have as well. We have the staff over here, the current staff. Me, of course, I'm the owner. My brother is the admin. We have Baker18 as the lead builder, although he hasn't been on in a long time, so I don't know. I may have to have a talk with him. Cora is our honorary master builder. She's not an admin. She's a moderator on Opticraft, and she's somebody that I've grown to know. And her and her husband, Code, they're a couple of awesome people. But she does a lot of really cool building, so I give her an honorary rank on this server. The reason I didn't give her, you know, the actual master builder rank or the lead builder rank is because, you know, she's got work to do on Opticraft, and she does her major builds over there, so I'm not going to tie her to this server as well, or I'm not going to ask her to pick one, you know. So, you know, auto farms, more rules. Not really any kind of anything major. There's the website, minecraft.viperzeroone.com, and by leaving the dome you agree to follow the rules, and it says to talk to the world guard after you leave the dome. So when you walk out of the dome, you immediately see these things here, and there is the world guard. You jump from the islands, we have no sympathy. You can jump from the islands, and you will die because there is no ground. This is basically a place in limbo. A bunch of islands just floating in the middle of nowhere. So this is the quest NPC tutorial. We do have quests on the server. Step 1, quest giving NPCs will be holding an enchanted book. Right click on them to start talking. So you see he's holding an enchanted book, which means he's got a quest for us. Step 2, you must type yes in the chat to accept the quest. Step 3, complete the quest objectives, and then type /quest for a reminder. Step 4, speak to the quest giver again to hand in the quest. Note, not all quests will be handed in to the same NPC. So, as per step 1, we just right click, and he goes, greetings and welcome. I'd like to teleport you, but first I need your help. I can't leave my post, but I need one mushroom egg from the adjacent island. Can you help me? So I'm going to accept that. Absolutely. So deliver monster egg to world guard is our quest. And you see I built a nice little trail here. I'm going to fly just so it's faster. So So we have the store tutorial, which you come down to this island here, and there's some signs here telling you things to note about stores. Players can build stores, but there are some things that need to be noted. And then it tells you here how to use the store. Step 1, walk up. You can see buy is B, S is sell. So in order to buy 1 egg, it costs 1. In order to sell 1 egg, it costs 1. The store owner is the server. Number to buy is 1. Price, 1 and 1. And the item name is Monster Egg 96. You must have an empty hand to buy an item, and to sell an item, you must have the item in your hand. So I'm going to right click, and you can see I bought a mushroom egg. So step 2 is return with the item to the world guard. But go and look at step 3 first. So step 3, this is how a player would set up their very own store. They must place a chest under the sign and put the items in it. So example is here, auto-fills in the name of the player, which of course is me. Number to sell, sell price, of course I just have a buy line because I want to sell to people. I don't want people selling to my store. And then an item name, cobblestone. So leave the first line empty. It will autofill. And the sale can only take place if the box underneath it has the items. So in this case, people cannot buy cobblestone because there is no cobblestone in the chest to buy. Alright, on the way out, notice extra eggs will not transfer to the main world. So in other words, I'm warning people that if you think you're going to cheat the server by buying 50 million eggs at the price of 1, it's not going to happen. Because there's a different inventory for the main world than there is for the spawn world. So we come back to the world guard, we right click on them, and BAM! Look at that. And my inventory of course changed to this world's inventory. And yeah, pretty cool, eh? So if we take a look around here, first thing we go and look at our quest that we beat. So deliver monster egg to the world guard, and we delivered it. Complete. Thanks a lot. I'll send you to Ravenshire now. It's a great city for new people. Be sure to talk to the king. And then quest complete. Getting started. Your rewards is 1 quest point, and quest points can be used to basically determine status. So if I had 1 main kingdom and I just wanted to say adjust conversations based on how friendly you are, I can do that using the quest points. So say if you beat 5 quests, people will talk to you a little nicer. If you beat 10 quests, they'll talk to you a little nicer. If you beat 30 quests, they might even use your name, like Monster Slayer or something, and then of course you got 1 money and you got 5 experience from that quest. So we got the throne room and we got the castle exit. I was told to talk to the king. So he of course would be in the throne room. So here we are, throne room. King Ravenwood. Warning, this quest is for guest rank only. People need to pay attention to that. And I doubled it up just so you'd be able to, if you miss that, you're stunned. Because what this quest does is it has you run out and it has you kill some things. Unfortunately, I can't have it checked to see if you are the guest rank. So I may not take the quest again for a day, 22 hours. I set the quest retry timer to extremely high. I think it's like 2 months or something like that. So once you do this quest, you can't do it again for like 2 months. But you should never do it again, because all it does is when you beat it, it gives you another quest point, and it increases you from guest rank to trusted rank, or player rank, so you can actually build in the kingdom. Well, not in this kingdom. You'd have to leave the area. So castle exits this way. As we come down to the castle exit, we have a little shameless advertisement. Official service radio station is www.thedarkradio.com, and not too shameful of a plug. This, of course, is the gate to the creative world that we were at. Yeah, not too Not too shameful of a plug, eh? Oh, wait, what's that? Oh, look at, there's a shameful plug. But anyway, this is the town of Ravenwood, or Ravenshire. I get the names mixed up. I have NPC city guards that run around. Sometimes they break like that guy and run sideways, but for the most part they just walk around normal. You see the city guard moving here. They are set to sentry mode, so if anybody does attack a individual from town here, they will end up in trouble. Like, for example, the bartender. If you attack the bartender, the city guard will come and kick your butt. And they do a good job of it. I don't know if they're invincible, but they're pretty damn close. Cow in a tree. Go away, cow. You bother me. Alright. So I've set up the city with signs. I don't think this design for signs was actually my idea. I think Baker came up with this idea to do signs like this for the buildings, and I actually really liked it, so I went with it. I think I put the name tag on the end. I think he just had the side, but I put the name on the end. But anyway, whatever. So in the stores, you see there are NPCs like this guy here, and you can buy stuff. So you can buy a book, you can buy a feather, and you can buy an ink sac. And of course, what you do with this is get writable books. So that will allow you right off the bat to get writable books if you'd like. Over here we have the Inn of the Dark Ones. We have some tables in here. We've got a DJ. You can purchase a jukebox. The DJ is holding a record. And in the event of a party, I actually do have music discs stored. And, oh, I got rule books. You can tell I've been working on stuff. Bartender back here. And the chairs. We have the bar stools back behind the bartender. I tried to make this guy walk back and forth in here, but it didn't look right, so I just have him standing still. We have the kitchen, a little fridge here, and a stove, and a sink, and all that goodness. And we have the inn rooms, of course, going upstairs here. The one thing that's missing downstairs, I find, is a washroom. I may have to put one up here, maybe over in this corner. I'll build men and women's washrooms. So we have rooms in here. Each room has a working light. The lights do work. I haven't put in beds yet or end tables or any of that. I just have the main outlines of the rooms. These are the larger rooms, the suites. They have 2 lights and also a nice ceiling window. And same over here. Just a nice little inn. Baker did the main design of the inn. I finished the interior of upstairs. I think he did downstairs, but I did the interior for upstairs. We have a... I know this video was supposed to be about Opticraft, but I'm getting going on my server now. That serves them right for shutting it down. I got a blacksmith. You can come in here. You can only buy iron. I didn't want anybody to be able to, just grab whatever they wanted here. So he's out at his anvils. He's got his axe, which is supposed to be a hammer. He's got his blocks of iron. He's got his kiln going, and he's ready to make armor for you. Nothing upstairs yet. Over here we have the bakery, and in here you can buy bread. And you can see I have a baker that's doing some running around. So it looks like he's actually doing work. He comes in and he heads back out and he heads upstairs. makes his rounds back there. Apothecary, where you can come in, you could buy a brewing stand or potions. I believe this is a health potion. So this is the apothecary. Now, I didn't want to make it so you could buy everything, because if you could buy everything, there's no point to having player shops. But I did add enough so that, you know, if a player doesn't want to necessarily buy from player shops, they don't have to. They can still run around here. So we have 2 enchanted books for sale in this store. This is, of course, the magic store. So we have Flame 1 and we have Knockback 2. And you can also buy Mycelium in here. I don't think I did anything upstairs except books, no. But as you can hear downstairs, we do have a server nether portal. So individuals can travel to the nether. And I have built a safe building in the nether where players will arrive. Down that way is a little farming town, just a small community, a couple of farming buildings. You can actually buy meat, and I think you can buy some meat down there. I don't know what else is for sale. I think just meat. That's the watermill there. This is the butcher where you can buy meat. He does have animals, I hope. They keep vanishing on me. They find their way out. There's a church. Small church. This guy's a fisherman, and there's a little building here. It's I believe a restaurant, a diner, small diner. No, it's a house. I think. I don't know. I can't remember what the hell this is. I think it's just a house. Anyway. You build stuff and then you can't friggin' remember what it is. Then there's a house over here. Another little house. And a wheat field. Yeah, and Ravenshire. Alright. So we'll head into Ravenshire again. And as soon as I'm done showing you Ravenshire, I am going to go back to Opticraft and see if it's back. So over here we have a bank, where you can come in and you can do exchanges. So you can exchange your gold ingots. You can buy and sell. You can buy and sell diamond. Of course, selling is a lot worse than buying. Actually, buying is a lot worse than selling. Well, either way. So you cannot make a profit by buying emeralds and then selling them back, you know. So notice these are bank rates, not economy rates. If players want to have a shop that sells emeralds at a better price than this, by all means, go for it. Or if they want to, if they want to buy emeralds for a higher price than this, or if they want to sell cheaper than this, by all means, go for it. These are specific server rates. They were made when the server was not necessarily first set up, but they were decided upon when this building was first created, and they are server-wide. So any server bank you go to, this is the exact rate for like emeralds will be the same price here as they are at another server bank, and another server bank, and another server bank. Players can set their prices whatever they want. So I have a realtor here. The realtor is kind of cool. And there's a reminder, you may only have 10 active plots. And the reason I do that is because I offer protections as well. If you are building a city, I will protect it. If you're building a massive build, I will protect it. You don't have to buy these protection stones for it. I will protect a large area, and that will count as one plot. You will have to prove that your area deserves protection, though. You know, I'm not just going to protect an area and that looks like a junk pile. I mean, it's got to look good. So a small plot is 11 by 11, and this goes from bedrock to sky. So that costs $1,500. A medium plot, once again, bedrock to sky, and it is 21 by 21, and then large plot 41 by 41, again bedrock to sky. So you don't have to worry about people building over top of you, you don't have to worry about people building under you. That chunk of land is yours, right from bedrock to sky. So one thing I missed here, if you take a peek down here, there's our little buddy Jacob. He's got a book. What does that mean? He's got a quest. Yes. So when you talk to Jacob, he says, bring me 20 rotten flesh. So there's a place where you can get rid of your rotten flesh for money. So I'm not going to accept that right now. But most servers I find have no use for rotten flesh. It's like everybody gathers rotten flesh and they're like, what the hell do I do with this? There's a place on our server where you can get rid of your rotten flesh and actually get stuff in return. So coming in here, there's a nice little half-built building. Frederick's singing along. I don't know what the hell that's all about. Yeah, that's interesting. He said, why aren't you wearing a hard hat? Ah, never mind. Look at this. They sent me a wrong damn blocks and my roof shipment has already arrived. If you bring me 20 stone brick, I'll make it worth your while. So I'm going to say no, just for now. So you can see, they sent him the wrong blocks. And if you even go out here, you can see there's his roof shipment. He's got plenty of wood to do his roof, but he's got the wrong damn blocks for the walls. Oh. So he needs your help. Even though the building will never actually get finished, he needs your help. So over here we got a sideways walking city guard, and we have our barracks. Of course, there's some city guards wandering around in the barracks. There's an archer up on the roof. Over here we have our tram station. And the tram station is, of course, you can see our rather extensive subway map. So you can go from Ravenshire City to Silverwind City, or you can go from Ravenshire City to Stonehammer Ravine, then to Bloodheart Bay, then to Atlantis, then to, wait a minute, from there we go down to here. So we have Nevercutt's Island. Over here we have the rail hub, which I forget what rail hub this is. It's basically, a rail hub is an area where one rail comes in, multiple rails go out. Or multiple rails come in and multiple rails go out. It's just a hub. There's not an actual name for it other than a rail hub. So you can take the rail hub, track A of the rail hub goes to Outpost Alpha, which is a ravine. Track B at the rail hub goes to the old spawn, which is Outpost Beta. And then over here, we have Nevercutt's Island. Oh, track A went to the rail hub. Track B at Nevercutt's Island goes to a desert village. So it's kind of hard to piece together by that image, but there's really no other way of doing a subway map to tell people where to, what rails to take to get to where. So anyway, moving right along, we have the Academy, which this was the second last building I think that Baker was working on. He didn't quite finish it. It's dark inside still, kinda. And there's not really, the building's not finished on the inside. The outside looks alright. Whoops. Dang lag. Close. There. I don't know why I'm getting lag. I'm the only one on the server, and the server's sitting right beside me. This is another one that Baker was building. I don't know if it's quite finished yet. It's a nice little design for a, I call it a mage tower. There's bookcases and stuff up top. There's nothing on the main levels, but on the top you see there's bookshelves. I don't know what he was planning on doing with it. And this building, I have absolutely no clue what this building is. Baker built this one as well. He put a box on it, but the sign's blank. I have no idea what he was going to do with this. It looks like you come up to a counter here, and there's probably going to be somebody here doing something, NPC or store or something. I don't know. I'll have to think of something to do for that. But these buildings were done by Baker, and I really was hoping he would come back to finish them, so I would at least know what they are. because this building's not labeled, that building's not labeled. That one's labeled the Academy, but I don't exactly know what he planned on doing inside, whether he planned on having classrooms or you know, other stuff in there. This is the clinic, the Ravenshire Clinic. You come in here to get well, and if the clinic can't handle your problems, we have this building, which I'm working on now, the Ravenshire Hospital. So you come in, I'm going to have a reception desk here, and over here I'm going to have a patient waiting area. Upstairs here I'm going to have 2 examination rooms. Over here I'm going to have like an operating theater. I'm going to close this off probably about here and bring it over. Have an operating theater. You see I have a doctor wandering the halls. And then down here we have our patient rooms, which I've actually already done. So you can see our patient rooms. They have a seat for any visitors who might come. There's a little shelf where you can keep your knickknacks, and a bed, of course, for the patient. There's an emergency exit, just so you don't have to go all the way around again, letting you back out onto the street. Now this is the higher end of town. Down there, actually, on the far side is kind of the low end of town. The buildings were a little run down and whatnot. This is the higher end of town. You see most buildings are double, or most houses I should say, are 2-story and rather large and complex. 4 houses. That's a biggie there. Good size one. I believe most of the houses are furnished. No, maybe not. I think some of them are. That one's not. That one's not. Okay, maybe none of them are. This is what happens when you leave stuff to other people. Oh, this one looks furnished. Whoops. Yeah, there's some sitting chairs in there and some bookshelves. Yeah, that one's furnished. In the back here you got your little garden, and then the city gates letting you out into the world. And there you go. The dark. So you have to get a little bit away from the city. There you go. So as soon as it says, "Thank you for visiting Ravenshire City," that's where you have, if you have completed the quest for the king, from here out you can build. Of course there are other zones, such as the other cities that will stop you from building, because you'll enter their areas. You can see here we have Silverwind, and we have Blackheart Bay that way, Silverwind Cities that way. This road is also, I'm not going to say it's protected because it's not, but it is a bannable offense basically to modify any of this road. See, we got our bridge guard here. He will kind of come to your aid. Over here we have the first discovered fortress. Of course I discovered it because at the time I was the only one playing. Did not use any god powers to discover that, but that was our first discovered fortress. And there's been a few after that. In fact, I've had to install a plugin that regenerates the nether, or not the nether, the end, when the dragons are destroyed. So that's done. You know what? I really should get back to Opticraft here, but I'm having fun running around my my world. This set of stairs here was done by Baker, and Baker also did this mage tower. You see, I put his name on it and protected it. So we have this nice bridge coming over to a really nice tower. I love the design he did for this. It's almost a modular design, which is cool. He's got multiple towers, like that tower, the main tower, that tower there, that tower hovering out in the middle of nowhere, Another tower off the top here. They're basically all just attached up together, which is really neat. Little garden on the outside over here. Head down. There's another tower on the back. Whoops. Don't double tap. He's got like a crafting area in there. Some stairs down to, looks like a plant area. Brewing stand. Down some more here. Sounds like he's got a bit of a problem with critters though. Oh yeah. I just saw a skelly, I think. Very nice design. I was really impressed by this design. In fact, this design or this tower I should say, is why I give him the builder rank, or the master builder rank, because of this tower design that he did. And really awesome. This over here was a copy-paste job. This was one of my early designs. Actually, this relates back to Opticraft, because I first built this design on Opticraft, and then I replicated it on my own server. So I had the serpent head for Viper, of course, and then you enter the serpent's mouth, or the viper's mouth. You come down a set of stairs with lava rolling down the sides. Totally cool, totally evil. There's a security checkpoint over here, and this is where security will let you in. You can see there's a switch over there. There's a monorail on this side. The rail goes out that way, and as you cross the bridge here, this is where the intimidation factor kicks in. It's like, oh geez, what did I get myself into? And then you end up, welcome to Viper's Lair, and this is the entrance. And of course the entrance is an iris, which can only be activated from the security check-in. So well, you know what, I'll have to go in the back because I don't want to break any walls or anything. You sneak around the back. Here's a chimney that comes from my kitchen, I think. And then you sneak back around here. There's a little secret entrance. And I have my little garden in here. There's a dome so it lets sunlight in. Okay, I should really get back to Opticraft. So here's an iris bypass. You click that and part of the iris opens, and it delays long enough for you to get through. That's how you get out without leaving the door open. My science lab, this is where the chimney comes from. So I have a furnace, I've got a couple of books in here. This of course is not my enchanting setup, this is just for looks. Brewing stands, you know, water, crafting table here. Cave access, so this is access to a cave system down below. This is my storage vault. No matter what server I'm on, I always build a vault, and my vault usually is kind of organized like this. This is actually one of my cooler vault designs because it actually has multiple hallways instead of one giant room. So I have a water supply here, which is good for brewing. I get my my bottles and I just refill directly from this water supply. And then I've got cobble, wood constructions. So if I had any cobble constructions, which is like, you know, cobble stairs, cobble platforms, that kind of stuff, I would put it in there. Same with wood. You can see I got ladders, signs, trapdoors, anything that's built with wood. Over here I have stone and cobble blocks. Down below I have tree and wood blocks. Up is coal, down is redstone, gold and iron, diamonds. And these are not sorted very well. I do a lot better sorting now. This is a very old, very old. I've in fact moved a lot of these things to new locations. But anyway, that's my vault, how I build my vault. On the other side, I've got my throne room. Lord ViperZeroOne. Lord. Ha! And the security office. So now we're on the other side of the door. I'll flip the switch to show you that that iris indeed does open all the way. You can see it completely opens. And basically the floor looks continuous. The roof looks continuous. The only thing you'd really notice is the walls have wool on them, but that could just be a design. With the iris open, you wouldn't even really realize there's an iris there. That took a lot of redstone work behind the walls to get that to function. And that was early redstone days. I think that was way back when we first got sticky pistons. There's living quarters. I got a fridge I can actually open. I got my sink, my stove, which is backwards because this was pasted. And the door here going into my bedroom. Yeah. So this design was made on Opticraft originally. I transferred it to my server, and then through the various world wipes and rebuilds that we've done, I've copied and pasted it. You can see the paste lines pretty much right there. I tried to cover it up as much as possible, just to blend it in. But you know, you can still kind of tell that that section was pasted by using World Edit. Right here, you can see the line out there. But that's one of the few paste jobs that was done, and it actually was built by hand. It was copied from one of the other maps to this map because the other map was lost. So coming along the road more. Actually, you know what? I'm going to stop right here. I'm going to get back to Opticraft. If it's up. Yeah, it's up. Okay. Here we go. Okay. So now we're back on Opticraft. Where were we? We were heading into Club Dark. So we have Club Dark. And of course people are going to say hi to me because I'm well known here. So I'm going to welcome to Club Dark. I'm going to open the door, walk on in. I'm going to get my sword ready because for some reason things are spawning in here. I thought I took care of the lighting problem, but apparently not, because I've been having some creatures spawn in here. So I've got bathrooms. I've got the women's bathroom. Hopefully there's no women in here right now. Yeah. So there. You can put up the toilet seat, put down the toilet seat. And of course you can wash their hands. And I got the same thing on the men's side. And the men's washroom, of course, it's not colored pink. It's got blue. And then I have tables for all the music lovers. I did broadcast from here a few times, so I do have these signs on here. If I appear AFK, I might be working on the radio. DJ Jackal, of course, ViperZeroOne, that's my Minecraft name, is ViperZeroOne. Tune in at www.thedarkradio.com and on air when lit. So I would basically go up into the booth, turn that light on, and people would know I'm actually on air. Well, anybody that came around here. So and then I gotta fly. Oh, I can't fly. Ha! Not on my server. What if I could jump from here? Run jump. Nope. No run jump. I need to borrow a block from somewhere. Let's borrow a block from here. I keep doing this to myself. Put it here, okay. So when I'm in my DJ booth, I'm right here. See, I got my speakers, and everything's good to go. I have my switch here, which turns on that light to tell everybody I'm on air. That light there. See how it's off now? Yeah. I have another switch, which I've hidden over here, so I can give people access to the stage. It raises up a set of stairs there. You can see they're not lowered into the floor. So only when those stairs are up can you actually get up here. And the reason for that is because I have the VIP lounge through a little hidden door in the back. Bet you didn't even see that door. So the VIP lounge is upstairs here. I still got to do the furniture for it. I'm famous for building buildings and not furnishing them. I got to stop that. So there you go. There's the overview of Club Dark. And when I'm having parties in here, I can actually adjust the lighting system. So are my stairs up? My stairs are up? Yeah. Or my stairs are down? Good. Take this back out. Don't want to leave it there. There. There's actually quite the redstone mess underneath that. And there's quite the redstone mess underneath this floor too. So, staff only, I'll come in here and I'll flip this switch right here. The main breaker for the floor lights. You can see the floor lights have gone out. Turn the main breaker back on. And tap this button once. You can see I have a nice cool floor design that would go along with music. Well, kind of. Depends on what you're playing. So basically what it does is it starts in a V formation from the back and goes up and ends in a V formation. So basically it's just a V formation moving across the floor pointing towards the stage. But it kind of looks neat. If you want the lights to stay on constantly, you just pound this switch a few times and it locks the loop in down below. It locks the timer, I should say. This breaker actually breaks the timer, which is what shuts off these lights. So the timer right now is locked in a loop of a constant power. So we'll head back out. Oh, nighttime. You get to see the sword at night. Yay! So I'll take you out here and I'll take you across the bridge. Here's the task list for the sword. The handle's 100% done. The blade is 65% done, and the gold on the hilt is only 30% done. Needed iron blocks and gold blocks. So I'll take you across the bridge, and remember when I was saying, when I was on my server, I was talking about the design of statues. You'll see that in a minute here. By the way, all this island, I built all this myself. I did have help flattening it. I hired some help to flatten it. But all the buildings, everything on this island, or these little set of islands here, I built myself without godly powers. So there's the Canadian flag. Of course, I am Canadian, so I had to have a Canadian flag on my island. I'll take you around and I'll show you the buildings. There's my statue that I built. See, it looks a little better than the other statue. It includes a sword. And once again, no godly powers. I had to mine all of that. I did have some donations for the sword though, so that was cool. I had lapis donations and a few diamond block donations. Well, that was cool. I just built this kind of mausoleum, temple, whatever you want to call it, over here on the side. That was my last build, and I had to adjust the ground for that because it wasn't, this river didn't come in that far. It actually cut off about there, so half of that was hanging in midair, or over the water, I should say. It's a little house. I don't think there's anything in it. Once again, I need to furnish my buildings. And over here, this big building here, it's actually one of my cooler designs. This is the library. I need to put in some tables here for reading, of course. It's a big glass curved wall. And over here I have my enchanting table. And in here I have the books I've enchanted, as well as spare books for future enchantments. What I do is I work up my levels, I grab a book, walk over, click, and try to get as high as I can. Right now I can get 8, so 8. Protection 1, alright. Whoops, didn't want to throw it. And then when I come back to the chest here, and in column number 1, I'll put protection 1. So I got 1s, I got 2s, 3s of course, 4s, 5s, I think there's 5s. So that's basically how I tell my book ranks. Upstairs, I used to have the enchanting table upstairs, but it was a pain in the butt always coming upstairs here. It was over here somewhere. It was in here. I had it here. But it was a pain in the butt coming upstairs all the time, so I took it down, brought it downstairs. So that's the library. Head back out here. I'll save the barn for later. This is the police station, which I have to do more work on it as well. So you come into the police station and you have the front desk, where of course there'll be an officer waiting. If we go downstairs, we have the jail, which I want to turn all this to complete iron. I want to make complete iron walls. And I'm missing my jail, my prisoners. Where the hell are they? Alright, where's my prisoners? Oh, there they are. They're all over, huddled in the corner. So I've got prisoners in my jail. Unfortunately, they huddle. Oh, wait a minute. Go upstairs. I gotta put some desks and stuff in here. Upstairs here, more desks and stuff. The chief's office is gonna be through here. This will be the chief's office. The police chief, or police commissioner, or whatever you want to call him. And the little bridge there. I am slowly starting to work on interiors. I've actually been working on the interior of my mansion, which I'll get to again. So this is the barn. I'm going to get to the barn later. I used to have a field here. You'll see the stairs. There used to be a field here, but I moved it. Same with over here. There used to be a field here. Vegetables and stuff, and I had some pigs here too. Completely wiped it out, moved it. I might put a building over here. This used to be a building designed specifically for villagers, and what it would do is, I still have part of it here. It says warning villagers only. Villagers will come in and they will fall down into this water flow, and the water flow will take them to the end here, and then they can make a choice. They can go this way or they can go that way. If they go this way, they follow a long underground passage that goes up and finally brings them into the club. There's a secret entrance at the back, which I didn't show you when I was there. It's kind of like the entrance behind the DJ booth, where it's hidden. It's in the black and you can't see it. But what it does is it brings the villagers in and drops them one block, and then they're in the club. And the other direction, if they go this way, it actually drops the villagers into a long path that takes them to the other side of this island. So it kind of spreads them out. So I used to have this entire building for that. They would walk in either this door or this door. This door went specifically to the club. This door went specifically to the other side of the island. But since then, I've added on to, you can see my add-on. The building used to stop here, now adds on. And what I've done is I've changed this side of the building to a country store. So when you come in here, since the new Redstone update with hoppers, we've been able to build stuff. Well, that's interesting. Oh. All of our messing around trying to fix this store, it looks like it screwed up. Okay, but anyway, if you take a look here, I've got a store built. If I go around the back, I'm actually still working on this store because it's screwed up. It jams up, basically. So you see, I put cookies in the bin, and as soon as cookies hit the bin, this powered up, and whoop, the light overhead came on. So the store is stocked. It's got some items in it. So one redstone, which I don't have on me, I could demonstrate it. If you put a redstone in here, the redstone will be taken away, and you'll end up with a cookie. And we learn how that's done by going back here. I don't have two of these stores working yet, so that's why they're not basically set up. This store does work, however, the only problem is if people put in the wrong items, this top hopper here can get jammed up. Is it the top hopper or the bottom hopper? No, it's the top hopper. Wait a minute, how the hell did items get in the top hopper? They usually don't get in the top hopper. They go in the bottom one. That is cool. Looks like it's working, which is kind of weird. I don't know how that happened. Because I used to only be able to put items in the bottom hopper, which left this top hopper to get clogged. That is cool. So the store should work normally now. Excellent. Let's see. Take a little piece of redstone here. And we'll come up to our store. Here we are. One cookie for one redstone, so payment. Put in a redstone, and it gets zipped away in a purchase box. We have nothing. Nothing! I know why we have nothing, too. So I'm betting that redstone, yep. It jammed up in the top. Because it's not supposed to be up there. Arr. I put it in the bottom one here. 18, 1, 2, 3, 4, like so. That should work. So somebody puts their payment in the bottom, bam, it gets taken away. Where the hell is it? Why is it here? It shouldn't be there. Alright, now this store is totally broken. I don't know why. It was working until I had somebody play around with it and try to make it work better. Now it's broken. Why is this block here? That block shouldn't be there. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, there's no power now. Alright. So let's go here. Oops. Put one in. It vanished. It got stuck. Something wrong there. Something wrong there. That in. Didn't go through. It got stuck here. Well, I have no clue why it's not working now. The store was working when I first set it up. Since then it's gotten all screwed up. It was played around with, so I'll have to play around with it some more. Nobody here because they can't use this button anyway, so I'm not too worried about it. So I have a little house here. Across the way here I have another house. This is actually a special house. Take a look in the back here in this special house. See, I got a water room. This is actually a tunnel system. Where this tunnel system goes is next door. What do you have next door? Next door is what I like to call a nursery. This is where villagers will procreate because I have a lot of doors placed above it. So if we go and look in the back here, you can see I've got villagers. Oh, you can actually see they're getting ready to procreate. There's one there with floating hearts. And you can see in the floor I have a piston system. And I'll take a shortcut to that. This is for villagers in here as well. This building here replaces that second door there, but I made it so I can close it off. So if I flip this switch, it opens. Villagers can fall into the water and travel off. If I don't have many villagers in this area, I can close it to allow the population here to grow a little bit. So continuing along, this is my little back end hut. If I come down here, you'll see I have a vault. This is my vault for this server. Have everything here. You know, creature drops. I've got crafted items. You can see my organization's a little better than it used to be. I have everything all organized. You know, quartz, iron, gold, diamond. Same with my armors. I even have my armors organized out. Weapons. Dirt and sand. And I always fill it in like this because this, all you have to do is shift click and it'll toss it to wherever there's an open spot, as long as the open spot is, you know, sandstone slabs. So if I right click on it, or if I shift click on a sandstone slab stack, instead of like going and finding the first empty hole and making a mess, it'll jump to sandstone slab stack. So that way they stay organized. You can see how much nether I go visiting. Fire resistance everywhere. And I've got a full stack of netherrack. I've got nether brick. I've got soul sand. I've got end stone. I've got obsidian. Nether brick fence. My redstone box. Not too much because I've been using it. Rails. I'm doing good for rails. Plants. Just because. Redstone items. I got more hoppers here. I've got redstone stuff ready to go. Wood. Once again, I have it organized. Trees. And then wood types. I have more jungle here on the end because I'm in an area that is a jungle biome, so there's a whole ton of, you know, jungle trees to cut down. Wood items. I've done the same thing. I've organized them all out to different colors. Stone items, and in stone items I also include brick. You know, and I have other stuff back here. The PS stones, protection stones, I don't actually have any here because they're all in use. Records, I've got a few, and I'm back to, you know, this is crafted items. I always end up with one chest that is kind of miscellaneous garbage, and that's what my crafted items chest is in this server. Because you see I got enchantment tables, furnaces, chests, paintings, saddles, cauldrons, basically anything that doesn't fit into any of the other boxes goes in there. Creature drops, I think I already showed that one. Dies, yeah, okay. So anyway, that's my vault. I got a clock. It actually works. It shows me the time, server time. I got a painting beside the clock. And then this is my behind the scenes room basically in here. So you can see, oh, I have a villager who's hanging out in there. This is under the villager room. So if I come up, you can see this is the inside of the nursery, and there's the pistons that I have set up on the floor. And the villagers will drop down. They can't get back out. Then I close it up, and they will eventually find their way down this shaft here, falling into water. And the water will carry them down and across and over, and they come up into the next building where I showed you that little water room in the building. So that's basically how I get my villagers from the nursery into, or I should say out onto the island. And that's my way of protecting my villagers. There's absolutely no way a player can get into this nursery because I've got it locked down, closed. I never open any doors. I do have a hatch down here, but they still cannot get to this hatch because this island's protected. There's no way into this room without me opening 2 doors on that side or 2 doors here and there. So there's no way for them to get into this this area. Well, they can come up that way, but even that way I have blocked down at the bottom. My incinerator here, I always have an incinerator, and all an incinerator is that. So basically what you do is you take your item you don't want, so like seeds for example, I'll take a half stack of seeds and you just toss it, and the fire gets rid of it, or the lava gets rid of it. Now a cool thing that I've done here, under here, is I'll take the stairs up here, and bam! Redstone! What this is an offloading system. I wish it was also a riding system, but it's not. So this is an offloading system. What happens is the cart comes in from my mine, I send it up. When I'm down in my mine, mining away, it's a pain in the ass to come and constantly drop off everything once I'm full. Or when I'm down in the mine, I'm like, oh, okay, I really, I would love to have this redstone, but I already have a lot, and I need to pick this gold instead. So I throw away redstone to take gold because my inventory is full. That kind of crap. So instead of doing that, what I did was I set up this rail, and this rail basically follows me wherever I go in my mine shaft. I've extended it so many times now. And at the end of the rail, I put a button with a mine cart and a chest. So I load the chest mine cart up with my inventory, press the button, it zips along, comes up here, and when it hits here, what happens is this piston pushes back. It deactivates, so it shuts down. I'll show you that here. I'll bust this. So the piston shuts down, and the mine cart ends up sitting on there, on the hopper. And what happens is it'll offload. It'll keep offloading. As it's offloading, power is being delivered into this block, which keeps the torch turned off. Same with here. When you hit this trigger, it sends a pulse which shuts off the torch, so this pulls back. So while it's offloading, the torch is shut off by this. Okay? And then as soon as it's done offloading, what happens is this turns back on, or I should say this shuts back off, torch comes back on, and boom, it kicks the cart back onto the rail. And because of gravity, it just runs it all back. So what's the setup over here? Well, I have the offloading. The cart offloads into this hopper, and then it transfers to this hopper, then transfers to this chest, drops down to this hopper, transfers to this chest, and under this chest there's another hopper, and then it drops into go down into my vault here, this chest. So this chest here, I can pick up all of my items that I mined. I can run around, deposit them in the boxes, come back, go back to the chest, and because I have extra chests up there, I've got storage chests, plus all those hoppers. Don't forget, hoppers can be storage space. There's, how much storage space? 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there's 5 blocks of storage in a hopper. So I have 2 large chests, a small chest, and probably, what, 4 hoppers worth of storage up here. So, I mean, I can mine like crazy, send it all back up, and all I have to do is offload from this chest. Because as soon as I start taking stuff out of this chest, the other chests and hoppers will start to push down into this chest, fill it back up again. So I just keep emptying this chest into all my storage boxes, and when I'm done, I take the extra stuff that I don't need, just take a quick walk over to the incinerator, toss it, and that's it. Mining trip complete. So it actually functions really cool, and speeds up productivity quite a bit. So over here, I've tried to been able to keep my eyes off of this, so I didn't give it away. Those of you who are around the Great Lakes probably have seen ships like this. This is my rendition of a Great Lakes freighter. It's about half size, I want to say, maybe half size. Because if I was to do it full size, I would actually go beyond my protection zone. So I had to half size it at least, and I tried to make it a copy of the Arthur M. Anderson. So hopefully, if anybody is from the Arthur M. Anderson, they think I did a good job. I think I did a good job. I don't know. So we have the front boathouse, we have the aft engine house. The interior is nothing like a freighter because, let's go inside, this is where I moved all my food storage to keep it safe. I do have to finish off the front here. I'm waiting on more red wool to finish off the front. But anyway, and this strip up the side. I need red wool for this strip up the side. But anyway, so I have my storage here. I've got my pumpkins and my watermelons. I've got my wheat. You can see my wheat. And the reason everything's short is because I just harvested not too long ago. It actually does grow quite quickly. I got carrots. I've got potatoes. I hate how these guys glitch through walls. I really wish they would fix that. That is a bug that's been in Minecraft since they've had animals. They glitch through the side of their frickin' cages. Come here, you stupid pig. Come here. I got a carrot out. He's not even following me. Look at this. You are being disobedient, and I will kill you soon. If you continue to be disobedient, I will kill you. Stupid pig. Follow me in here. Get in here. Okay, you're in. Close the gate. Okay. So, and then we'll go reproduce piggies. Get to reproducing. Alrighty, there we go. Make a little pig. There, a little pig. Alright. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pigs. That's an odd number. I don't like odd numbers. Get back out. Somebody killed all my cows, so I don't have any cows for my cow pen. But the reason I moved all my food stuff down here, especially my animals, is because not only do I have walls surrounding it because it's a boat hull, I have water surrounding it as well. The water actually comes up to, I believe this is the top of the water. So animals can't glitch through that. I mean, they can glitch as much as they want through this stuff, but really they can't escape this boat. There's no way for the animals to escape this boat. Even if they did get out of the pen, even if they did come over here, figure their way up the stairs, there's doors. They can't get past the doors. So that'll keep them permanently stuck down there. This is the self-unloader arm. You come to the back here. I got smoke coming out of the stack. And around the back, I have to put glass in these yet. This is, I don't know what I'm going to do back here yet. Maybe put a kitchen. Yeah, so this is my rendition of the Arthur M. Anderson utilized for Minecraft. Okay, down the stairs, down the ladder. Once again, here you go. So this right here is the same situation I have in my mind, except this is for food. And where do you store food? Well, you don't really store it in a barn, but that's where I'm storing it. So I press the button, and off goes my cart. My cart with food, and you can see it taking off. It's running down the island, around the corner, and it's gone. I'm going to do a little maintenance here while we wait for it to come back. It won't take too long for it to come back, but I do have stuff I could be doing. I want cactus. Don't ask me why I'm gathering cactus. I'm just gathering cactus. And for some reason, which really annoys the hell out of me, Cactus is glitching with their... oh, here it comes back. Cactus is glitching with their no-lag plugin. I should have gotten way more than 4 cactus from that. So our cart has returned. We'll check our cart. Oh look, nothing in it. Nothing in the cart. So those of you who know Minecraft might be asking me, you know, sure, I have, you know, some animals. Where the hell are my chickens? And I'll show you where those are. People like to kill off chicken farms, so I was really sneaky about hiding my chicken farm where nobody could touch it. So not only is it's hidden behind a waterfall, I've got a door to make sure people can't get into it, because this entire island's protected. My private egg farm. I go down here, and I put the chickens far enough away so that you won't hear them from the surface. There they are. So I've got a few chickens down here. I don't really use them for food, even though, you know, my food status over here might show different. I really don't use them for food. I use them for eggs. 16. Nice. Wait a minute. Oh, no, 16. Okay, so we have a good load of eggs. And I use those, of course, to make cakes. Because cakes are fun. Cakes are good. Good food. Run back over here while I'm at it. Or while I'm here, I should say. And eggs. Oh, wait a minute. Seeds as well. Bye-bye. See how easy that is? I don't have to run back or anything. I don't have to worry about it. It's gone. It's going to offload itself. I let it go. So next I'm going to take you, I might as well, I'll go to the front door. My mansion's got 2 doors. Well, actually, I'll take you up this way. I started a church. I do have a cemetery up here. My little church cemetery. This is a villager suicide booth. If my villagers make it this far from the village down below, they have an option to commit suicide. I have seen a couple make it this far. What I don't want is an island surrounded by dead villagers or bobbing villagers in the water. So that's why I put that there. I have a church, the interior of the church, which I haven't finished yet. This was an early build that I just didn't get back to, but I will finish it. And I should, off to the front here, have, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do in these little side rooms here. Might do something. I was working on an organ design to put in here. Up above back here. I wanted to put an organ. Like a piano kind of organ. But I haven't found a design that'll fit. It's kind of a tight spot. Somebody built a monstrosity off my island. They didn't have my protection set up properly. You can see that white thing right there. That was actually supposed to be the corner of my protection, but they instead followed the actual contours of the island. So this guy was able to build this floating monstrosity right up to my island. I hate it. It's ugly. It's not that the building is ugly. What's ugly is the frickin' thing is floating on water. There's no land under it at all. They didn't fill it in. I think if you're going to build something on water, you should fill in underneath it. Otherwise it just looks ugly. Anyway, here's my house, which I've been working on getting designed. I have my dining room table here. All the lights work. They're all functional. Same up there. Light switch up there. The little planter boxes in the windows. Some paintings on the wall. Bookshelf. This is the kitchen, where you can brew up a drink or cook some food. You can even open the range tops, give them a nice clean. Fridge, double door fridge. And out here, a little bit of a resting area, kind of. I call this the sun porch. Once again, lights work. I do have torches set up though because I couldn't put lights everywhere. The couch you can actually take a nap on because it's beds. I use 2 beds for the couch, so you can actually nap on it. I like that. Back here I have a billiard room. You have to use your imagination. But this is supposed to be a pool table. I guess it could also be a card table if you wanted to think that way. Not sure what I'm going to do with this room. This was my build and design room. I basically put all my materials in here. I built mock-ups for other rooms in here, like the table chair. I worked quite a bit on the chairs for that dining room table. That was a pain in the butt. But I built them all in here because I got materials in here, different types of materials. So I just built it here, and I was like, hey, it looks right. And then I took it out there, instead of running back and forth for materials. Up here I have another couch. This one's a white couch with a lighter trim. I have the master bedroom, which has drawers you can open. You have to imagine you're pulling out drawers. I have another bedroom, and this has access to the attic. Rather large attic. And then this will be the bathroom. I haven't done it yet, but this will be the bathroom. Painting up here, and a balcony. Nice little balcony. That's why I'm ticked off at that place. It's... I hate it. I had a really nice view here of an awesome hill, or an awesome little mountainous island. They basically destroyed the mountainous island to put that piece of crap in. Apparently they haven't been on in 2 months now, so God knows why they even built it. It's like, oh, look what I can build, and I'm gone without even finishing it. So over here I have more roads. This road goes through the hill. I used to have a rail that went around the island. That's what this is here. I turned it into stairs, or the appearance of stairs, but I used to have a rail that came down here and went that way. And I had another rail that came through here and went that way. So, kind of covered those up a little bit. We'll take this road around here. This is the front of the islands. My mansion. And there's my statue over there, just to give you a a hint of where we are. There's the police station. So we're coming around. This is my outbuilding for my villagers, and there's probably quite a few villagers in it. There usually is. Oh, there's two. As you can see here in the back room, that same water shape, because I have my tunnel come up here and lets the villagers out here. It's a rather long tunnel. It goes all the way from the building on the far side, way over there, to here. It's quite a long trip. I have a house over here. This is a recent build. Oh, looks like my villagers are gathering in this house. That's cool. I like it when villagers spread out. I need another building probably in here so I can get them to spread to that, and then maybe they'll spread across the water and I'll actually get villagers moving around the island. Right now they're kind of sporadic. There's the library. I actually like that. I like how cool that kind of looks. It was just it was a rectangular building, and I ran into the water, and I was like, oh crap, I'll just curve it. So that's what I did. That's how that came to be. Over here is my most recent building. I know I said that's my most recent building. That's my most recent completed building. This is my most recent building. It's the First National Bank. It's not done. Not by a long shot. It's got an upstairs, rather large upstairs. It's got the main floor here I got to do. It's up one block because I want to do a design in the floor, kind of like a marble design almost. I'm going to use a mixture of marble and sandstone, I think sandstone to do that floor, or quartz, I should say, quartz and sandstone. This is my little mushroom farm. And it's actually doing really well. I'm surprised. Usually you won't get mushrooms growing that well outside, but I put a little canopy over it here and they just grow like crazy. I harvested this probably yesterday, I want to say. And what I do is I leave one red in the corner, one brown in the corner here, and the same over here. I just leave the one red and the one brown right there. All this other stuff I harvest. So these guys here I harvest. I leave those. This guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. So I got 4 and 4 out of that. And like I said, I harvested this not too long ago. So it's working good for me. Once again, my statue to myself and my little mausoleum. So I'll take you into the barn now. Now that we're coming around. I do have, you can see I have sugarcane behind there. That's on purpose. That's where I actually grow the sugarcane. So into the barn we go. Little jump up. These are supposed to be reminiscent of barn doors. You can see I have a set in the back here that are open. They're symbolized as being open. And so down here I have, this is supposed to be hay bales. I don't actually know if it looks like hay bales, but that's what I believe it is. So I got my seeds here. I got my wheat seeds, my melon seeds, my pumpkin seeds. Because you never know when some idiot's going to wipe out your farm. If I come upstairs, I have, you can see my offloading system here as well. This offloading system is a little smaller than the other one, because I didn't have the same amount of room as I did in the other one. So I have the one hopper offloading into a large chest, which has another hopper which unloads it to another large chest. So here's all the food I sent up, and what I'm going to do now, oh, why did I send rotten flesh? That's screwed up. Mushrooms. Okay, so I'll take all my food out of here. This doesn't do any sorting. So I'll take all my food out of there and I will cross this bridge into my food storage. I got everything nicely organized in here. So I do have some mushrooms, so mushrooms, bam bam. I have vegetables and carrots. Do I have these guys? Yes, okay. Where's my carrots? I moved those. There they are. Because I was getting too many of them. I had to expand. So now I have wheat, I have eggs, I have meat, and seeds. So eggs over here, meat over there, wheat over here, and the only thing left is seeds now. So as you can see, it's pretty easy organization. So no need to worry about any of that. And it's working out pretty good for me. I've got my cocoa beans right here. I just keep harvesting them right from here. I don't have to worry about anybody stealing my cocoa beans, because nobody can get up here. What else am I needing? Oh yeah, I'll finish these. I'm trying to think of what else to show you. So you can see I have plenty of food. I mean, look at all the carrots and potatoes I got. Look at all the baked potatoes I got. Tons of baked potatoes, tons of potatoes, cookies, bread, cake. I got meat, fish. I got wheat all over the place. Mushrooms. Over here, sugar and cocoa beans. My cocoa beans in there. Milk and eggs. You can see I had cows at one point in time. I mean, where the hell else would I get the milk? I'm still miffed that somebody stole my cows or killed them. Bunch of jerks. Oh, and then of course I have 2 furnaces here, already stocked with coal. So at any point in time I can just grab something and throw it in. You know what? I'll do that right now. Not potatoes. What do I got for meat? Let's do 16 pork chops and 16. Whoops, those are cooked. Excuse me. Let's do 8 more fish. I try to do these in 8s because that's what coal burns in. So multiples of 8. My furnaces in my other area. Yeah, my furnaces in the other area are they're running. What are they running? I think they're running blaze rods. And there's a reason for that. So I've taken you all of this island. I've shown you everything here, but this isn't everything. So this is what I own on the islands. I still have tons of room for expansion. I could expand over beside the barn. I have room there. I have room on the far side of the island over there. In front of my mansion, that's all open. Hell, I can put a shed right here if I wanted to. So I still have room for expansion. Plus, if I go up here, I own all of that too. Well, out to that building. I don't own that building, but I own right up to the edge of that building. So I own all of this. All of this water is mine. So I could build another ship if I want to beside this one. I could build up an island out there, because some of the terrain actually comes pretty close to the surface. See here, it comes close to the surface here. And you can see over there, it kind of comes close to the surface there. And a little bit up here. So I've got a lot of work I can do here. Oh, there's that's the tunnel that the villagers come up. You see, they come up the leg there. When I was saying they come from that building over to the club, this is where they come in. They come up the leg of the club. I built this leg to make it appear as if the club wasn't floating in midair. I mean, that's what that guy should do over there, at least build some legs under it so it looks like it's not floating. So I got a big leg stand there, and the villagers come up the inside of it, They come across here, and they come up here into the club through this bottom part, and then they go onto the inside. And that's how they get there. So I'm going to use one of my homes. I actually have two homes. This server allows you a maximum, I believe, of 5 homes. You have to donate to get a maximum of 5. I didn't donate, so what I get is I get my one home, which is over there at that spot. And if I vote daily for this server on server websites, if I vote daily, I actually get a second home, or access to a second home. So I'm going to take you there now. So this is my second home, and I'm going to actually take you out first because I want to show you something else here. I should be able to make it to the surface. This was the original Dark Isles. I built this set of islands. Back, when this server only had one world. Now it's got multiple worlds. It has a guest world, a second guest world, a member world. So I built this island. This was the very first dark radio, or Club Dark, I should say. My submarine I built, which I can't access now because somebody else owns it. I sold this island. I don't even think I can access my club. No, they got it locked. Anyway, so the club up there was known as Club Dark. It was written on the roof as Club Dark. The roof, of course, looked like a music disc. That's why I built it round or circular. I forget who I sold it to. I think I sold it to. Who the hell did I send it to? Oh, SpyWow. Yeah, I sold it to SpyWow. He really loved it. So actually, I could tell you the secrets to this club. So when you go inside, you're taken down a set of stairs, there, into a lower section, here. Okay, and in this lower section, there's a few different rooms that you can visit. There was a tram line at one time. I don't know if it's still... Oh, wait a minute. The tram line. If it's still there, I can get into the club. I don't know if he got rid of it. So I originally built this set of islands. I don't know what that's about. Interesting. I built this set of islands as a floating islands. That's why I used Enderstone. Or Endstone, I should say. Because I wanted this to be reminiscent of an island that was floating. But I still built in some piers underneath. I didn't have to, but I built them in just to give the appearance that it was being supported a little bit. Let's see if he covered up my train line. No, he didn't. He didn't close this in. So this line was a tram line, which took you from a house. I had my mansion. This was the basement here of my mansion. And then, of course, the mansion was above it. This is the platform that the mansion was built on. I took down the mansion because I wanted materials. So we come through here, and we were you would have been riding a rail right now. Around the corner, I forget why this had to go here. I had to go around something. And then across and down, and you're in the bottom of the club. He didn't actually do anything to this. Chicken farm here, which is locked. Probably no more chickens in there. I had my vault back here. This back area here was the vault. This was a waterfall I had coming in, and I had actually a few water blocks here, but I could get my my stuff right from the water underneath the building. As you can see, this is the entrance. So when you come down, you had a choice. You could go up into the club using this ladder, or you can go down into a lower section. The lower section, is it still here? Well, kind of. I had this set up as a really, really nice garden. This is where the eggs would show up from the chicken farm. Can I get to the chicken farm from here? I don't think there's any chickens in it. It sounds kind of deserted. And I don't think I can get to the chicken farm. No, can't get high. And there's no chicken in it by the looks of it. Oh, no chickens. So anyway, that was my chicken farm. Going up to the top, you ended up in the club, which I stripped this club when I left. I absolutely stripped it. I had a raised floor here. The floor probably came up, I think, another 2 blocks or so. I had my DJ stage over here. I had a second floor bar that covered half of the room. So the bar came to about here on the second floor, and there was a curved set of stairs that came down on both sides. My DJ booth was roughly here, with the bar up there. That back area right now that's currently pumpkin was all lapis. I had that as lapis blocks. It looked a lot cooler when I owned it. And the reason, of course, why this was raised up 2 blocks was because I had redstone under the floor. I had an animated floor here, just like I had in the other one, except in this one, the animation went around. So the lights started in the back. Well, it actually started here because this is where the switch was. So the light started here, and it traveled around and came back. And I didn't need a clock because it was a full circle. I had enough space to do a full circle of redstone, because when I clicked the button, the power would start, and then it would get to about there, and the power would shut off from the button. So it naturally just kept traveling around and around and around because the circle was big enough. I could also click the button numerous times to keep it on, or there was a neat trick where I would click the button once, it would start here and start going around, and then when it hit the back wall, I would click the button again, so I'd have 2 swirls completely opposite of each other going around. It was really cool. So this was the first Club Dark. And I did have a secret passage. I don't think it's here anymore. I covered it up. But there was a secret passage that went from here, from this bottom section, which was it was a little garden. It went down, and it went down to what is now. Does he have floor panels? I hope he has floor panels here. I could just get out here. No floor panels. Damn it! I gotta walk all the way around. Anyway, it went down to the building that I'm now using. Oh, I'll just skip to it. So it went down to here. So what would happen is you would come down a ladder, down this ladder, and this ladder would continue on all the way up into the main base via a leg that was here. I took the leg out when I built this little this building here, so it no longer exists. And I didn't want the owner I didn't want the owner of the island, the new islands, well, the new owner, I should say, of my old islands, to know this was down here. So that's why I didn't attach anything to it. Unless he comes down here and takes a peek, he's not going to know this is here. Anyway, moving right along. If I do come down here, you see I have my protections on this, so it can't be messed with. Come down here, I have pumpkin storage, and I have a pumpkin farm. Now this was my original pumpkin farm. I don't use this anymore. And it's actually broken. I don't know why. I think it has to do with the redstone updates. Because some of my pistons will not retract, even though there's no power going to them. Unless I put another block on them. Like, watch this. Like say I'll put a block behind it. See, it retracts. But the second I pull it again, it'll pop out, that exact same one, it'll pop out and it won't retract. So I'll harvest and I'll send them back to grow. And you can see it stayed out. So I don't really know what the gist is with that or why it's doing it. I have no idea. Some kind of redstone glitch. Anyway. You can see some of the pumpkins get stuck sometimes, but as soon as another one grows back, it pushes it in. And the pumpkins all flow down. You can see that one flowing down. Flowing down the river. And they end up in a little holding area right here. So they haven't arrived yet. I'll just wait here until they do. They do come from both sides. There they are. So this stream here comes down and flows in. Oh, you might see the second group here. Aha! See, the group that was here vanished because the other group got close enough and they bunched together. That's part of a plugin called No Lag. Objects of the same type will group together. Alright, so let's see how many pumpkins we got. 4. Nice. Stupid broken thing. I remember when I used to get like 40 out of here. Or not 40, but you know what I mean. I got a lot more than 4. I got at least quadruple that. Anyway, that's not the reason I still come here. The reason I still save this area is for this. This is my portal to the Nether. And I was a mod at one point in time, so that's an old sign, but I leave it there just for posterity's sake. So I go through here, and it does its little wobbly. And I end up in the Nether, and I am, you can see the destination here goes to the ocean in the guest world, because for some reason I can't get my Nether portal to link up both ways. It just won't happen. So in here I've got a spawner, a private spawner. I do have protection set up all over this as well. They're kind of hidden. Some of them are hidden. Some of them are in plain sight. So I come in here, and this is my blaze spawner here. You can see there's the protection right there for this. And you can see my blaze spawner up above it. Unfortunately, with this design, they kind of spawn slowly. I might get 1 or 2 at a time. There's one. It's just a manual spawner. You just sit here and beat them up. But my main focus isn't necessarily XP, it's in getting blaze rods. Because I use them to power my, no, I got 2 this time. As long as I stay under this center section, they can't get me. So I mean, I could use this for XP. It would be a very slow XP grind. I mostly use it just to get blaze rods. And then I also have down here my netherwort farm. So I can gather up netherwort for my brewing purposes. This is my nether stuff. Now there's also on this server another warp that or another slash home that I use. It belongs to somebody else though, so I'm not gonna jump to it because it's my own little, I'm not gonna say secret, but if any Opticraft viewers are watching, or any Opticraft players are watching, I don't want to really give it away, because if I do, then everybody will be on it. But basically, it's a warp that goes to a player's location, and from there I've built a path. You know, you have to kind of step off from their location a little bit off to the side, and I've kind of half-ass marked it. But if you follow the path, you'll end up at an area where there's a bunch of quartz, and I've been mining quartz there. Nobody's been there. This nether has absolutely no quartz in it whatsoever, because it's an early nether. So the new nether that they have is where I have a warp, and it's basically, you know, I appear at the person's /home. I know they're not going to change that /home because they've got a lot of stuff built there, so I appear at that person's /home in the nether, and I kind of wander off, you know, in the distance, and go, you know, sneak down somewhere. Not like this. This is just stairs that I put in, but I'll sneak down somewhere, and, you know, I know the path through, and then I will end up at the tunnel, which is kind of like this, but not quite. Somebody built a tunnel here. Oh, look at these guys. So anyway, I'll end up at a tunnel that I've dug, and that tunnel heads out to an area that's got a bunch of quartz. And I've been successfully mining quartz there for a while now. But like I said, this is an older nether. There will be no quartz in this nether at all. I've already looked. I've already checked it out. I've even gone to the extreme borders of the nether where, you know, it says, it actually pops up and says, this is the edge of the nether, you cannot go any farther. I've gone to that location, and it's there's no quartz. What is this? It's kind of interesting. Somebody just dinking around with tunnels. Huh. Gotta be careful in the nether. People build stuff, and sometimes they build it good, sometimes they build it bad, and sometimes they leave holes. Especially in this nether. This little bridge, I'm pretty sure I put this in to get from there to here. It's on my original search for my my spawner. Anyway, go back to my original home. That's basically what I have on the Opticraft server. There's a lot more to see on this server. There's tons to see on this server. I mean, I can't even possibly list the amount of buildings and stuff on this server. It's just absolutely insane. Trying to think of some homes I can go to that will show coolness. I kind of try to keep my stuff not necessarily low-key. I mean, my statue's not really low-key, but I try not to do too big of builds, like builds that are huge. I guess you can call my island huge, but it's really made up of a whole bunch of small builds. But yeah, some of the stuff, just wow. I don't even know. Let's try Nisa's home, maybe? I don't know. Where am I? Well, I'm in a forest biome. Or a jungle biome, I should say. And this is kind of cool. Looks like an igloo house, or a snow house. House built out of snow. There's protection on it. It looks like a little garden inside. It's kind of cool. This actually looks like a player house, like a house that was not built using using godly powers. Somebody's destroyed a nether portal. Take out a creeper. Ouch. Oh, I forgot to show, actually, at my my islands, just off the coast of one of my islands, I have a spawner, a zombie spawner there. So there's not really much to show for that, but it's there. It's kind of neat. This is interesting. I don't know what's going on here. Looks like the water broke. Looks like they tried to shut off the water from the island above, and it broke on the way down. Because it kind of just ends. Just ends. Oh, you see in the message there, if you want diamonds, you vote on the website as well. So there's two things you get from voting for this server. You get diamonds. Each vote gives you a diamond, and one of the votes specifically gives you your second home. So you can see I got a diamond. That's because I voted to get my second home active for this video. Eat up here. I don't know what else is around here. If anything's around here, this could be the new member world, or the new guest world, I should say, which really wouldn't have anything built. Oh, look at that! There's not really much built in the new world yet. I mean, there's a few cool things. I'm gonna head back and look at that, whatever that is up in the sky there. Where is that? Up there. Take a peek. That must be where this goes. Aha! We have sky building. Whatever this is. Ah! Interesting. 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 Kind of interesting. Not really interesting. I don't know what this is. Classified. It's a wheat farm. Why is a wheat farm classified? These look like loungers. Kind of cool. And what's this? This is a pool. Alright. Now what's that? I don't know what that is. I like exploring other people's stuff. It sometimes gives me building designs. Sometimes shows me things that, you know, maybe they shouldn't have done, like that. If you don't want somebody to get to something, don't let them get above it. What's this? Staircase? Stairway to the ground? Sort of. And like a pool. Cool. Oh, this could be a water slide, maybe. Yeah. The water would come down and go around. Da-da-da. Maybe not. I don't know. Probably not. But there's a pool here. It's kind of a neat pool design. I don't know what else is here. Let's check out my friend there. No, that's not the way you spell her name. No. No. How the hell do you spell your name, Cora? There we go. Oh geez, I ended up in her home. Well, that's interesting. Cora, Cora, Cora. Why do you put somebody in your home? Because now they can't get out. Let me out! This looks like it could be a player house too. It's nothing major. It's you know, kind of a small little house. I'll drop down here. Ouch. And let me get see signs say screw off. No. Welcome to Chorus. I like this house. It looks really nice. Of course, she's got a block hanging in midair. Her diamond protection stone. Welcome to Chorus. There you go. And then another... Let's go with one of the admins. Let's see if that works. Home, Nick, 3306, I think. Nope, this world is off limits. Maybe we'll take a look at his homes. He has home and Fort Nick plus Kodiak. Wonder if I can get to that one. Home, Nick 3306. Well, Fort Nick plus KOD AK. Ooh. We're in the Nether. Look at this. This is cool. Of course he's an admin, so he's got unlimited access to creative mode. So of course, you know, wither heads all the way up. You can really tell this is a creative mode build. That's cool. I like that. Looks good. Quartz pillars. Then you come up to their thrones, of course. King Nick over here. Shark Kodiak. Water in the Nether. Yeah, this is definitely a an admin build. So by the looks of it, somebody broke a glowstone over there. Wouldn't want to be the person that did that. Head down the stairs here, see if there's anything else around here. I'm surprised he doesn't have a link to his home outside the Nether. He had one in the old main world that was really cool. Huh. Because actually I found his home in the main world actually cooler than that. Whatever. Okay. See who else we got. Generator's on. Let's check out his home. Major Generator. Mayor of Rosenberg. Awesome. I'm stuck. There's no way to get into his house. There's no way to get out of his house. Basically stuck here. Let's see if he has other homes we can visit. Home and home Nether. Just like everybody else. Oh. Nether. Nether. He must not have voted today. There's a kind of a building up there, another building up there. Building out there, something out there. Something over there. Looks like somebody's vault out in the middle of nowhere. Not bad. Alright, let's check out somebody else. Who's on? Let's see who's on. Not really anybody. then again, I guess that's what you get this late at night. So I will end the video here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for visiting Opticraft and ViperZeroOne with me. And hopefully you all enjoyed this video. I'll get to another one soon. I'm trying to do a video of a game called Towns, but I'm having trouble getting it to cooperate with Bandicam. Well, I'm having trouble with Bandicam cooperating with anything. Although this seems to be working, so at least I hope it is. I'm gonna alt-tab right now and find out if Bandicam's actually still running. And yeah, it sure is. Okay. So looks like we've made out on this video. I will try to get like a Let's Play video with Towns. It's kind of a cool game. I got it off of Steam, and yeah, we'll see where we go from there. So this is ViperZeroOne signing off. Hopefully everybody has a great day, great evening, great millennium. I don't know, whatever. And I will catch you next time. See you, bye.